Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'm giving you my 4 tips for tomorrow's racing. Now before we get stuck into those, I quickly just want to recap on how our selections have performed today. Again, it's been another frustrating day. However, at the time of recording, we still have 2 selections to go, which include my nap, Ffos, and also as well the Longshot Greek Oasis, and both have had a little bit of support for them today, so fingers crossed they can get us out of a bit of a hole from our earlier exploits, because it has been an unlucky day today. Silent Encore was our first tip of the day at Huntington, who was our next best. We advertised him at 4-1. He was well found in the market, was backed into around about a 5-2 chance, and in the end I thought when the Kim Bailey runner fell, and luckily I think he was okay, I thought we had the race at our mercy really, and we were counting the money. However, Silent Encore got a little bit tired. He tried his little heart out, but in the end he just got collared by the eventual favourite, who I think it was Ian Williams' horse in the end. But Silent Encore, you know, like, I could just see it coming down the straight. I knew he was getting tired, and you could just see the eventual winner coming, and he was staying on. But then when he was passed, to be fair to him, Silent Encore, he was closing again. I should have probably known better. He is still a maiden after 23 starts now, but I just thought the way that the race might set out today could definitely be the day he could break his maiden tag, but it just wasn't to be. But yeah, that was an unlucky one there. And then also as well, I have a selection, the extra tip of the day, in the 4:30 at Bang on D, Morning Spirit. We advertised him at 7-1 each way, and like all good each way bets, finishes one place outside of the places, and he only lost by half a length, and he was just denied that in the home straight. But to be fair to him, I probably would forgive him the run. You know, it was very testing in the end at Banger on D. They had a lot of rain throughout the day, and in the end it just really got into the ground, and it was a real slog. That was his seasonal reappearance today, and he had some strong novice form that I explained about from last season in yesterday's video, and I just think you can probably mark up that run, and I think maybe on slightly better ground he's definitely going to be winning some handicaps this season, and I still think he is a horse to follow, so don't rule him out from winning races down the line. So that was Morning Spirit, but fingers crossed we can end day with a winning nap and a winning long shot. It's been a good run in September, you know, like I've said about it many times. A lot of you probably fed up of me going on about it, but we are in profit for September, whatever happens. And if you want to know what my profit and loss has been, make sure you check it out in the description box below, where I keep a full profit and loss for each month, and also as well our continuous record that we've been doing since June the 1st. So yeah, hopefully we can start October with a bang tomorrow, and we'll start with my long shot tomorrow as the first tip of October, and it's going to go to the Welsh course at Ffos Las for the 243. And we definitely know the jumps is coming back now if they're having meetings at Ffos Las. And I'm going to go with my long shot here with Wayfinder for James Byrne and Rebecca Curtis. You can currently back this one at 9-1 with Paddy Power, who are offering 4 places. Now, Rebecca Curtis is a trainer I've got a lot of time for. I really like her runners. I often back quite a few of them, and she has a very good strike rate. Last season she had 20 winners from 78 runners, and if you backed her blind, you would have been up quite nicely in profit. And tomorrow she's actually going to be saddling her first runner of the new National Hunt season, so she's taken a while to come to the fore. However, this horse tomorrow could be able to do the job for her first time out. Now, if you go back through some of his form last season, he won on debut at Worcester, so we know he can go well fresh. And tomorrow, the conditions at Ffos Las will probably be quite testing. And the last time we saw this horse, he won in a quagmire at Hereford. I would urge anyone to go back and watch the replay. He really did battle it out really hard that day to win. And even though that was over hurdles, he's going to be making his chase debut tomorrow. However, I do think he will be able to cope with it no problem. We've seen a lot of Rebecca Curtis horses go very well, and she's not afraid to chuck them in the deep end as well. This is, okay, it's not like a particularly deep race, but it's a competitive race with some nice types. Some nice types on offer. And also as well, it's a handicap, so there could be a few in here open to a lot of improvement. But I just think Wayfinder tomorrow's got a good chance in this race. Now, if you look at Rebecca Curtis as a trainer with her record at Chasers, from her all-time career stats. She's actually got a really good record. She's 21 winners from 72 runners at Ffos Las, and that's a 29% strike rate, operating at an £18.84 to £1 stake win rate. So that means if you backed all of her runners at £1 stake blind, you would be up £18.84p. So taking that all into the balance with Wayfinder tomorrow, I just think that you might have half a chance in this race of going quite well. And Rebecca Curtis is often a trainer that I like backing fresh too. I always find she always has them normally spot on, and they don't normally tend to need a run. And I just think, like I said, with the way this race might be going and really testing ground tomorrow, there's a lot of these that probably won't like the conditions. So if you can still get the 9-1 about Wayfinder, there was shorter with a few other firms. But I just think he's a good each way bet tomorrow, and fingers crossed he can get us off to a good start in October. We then don't actually have to wait too long with the next tip, which runs in the 3:05 at Salisbury. And this is going to be my extra tip of the day, and that is Eye of the Water for Josh, Brian and Ronald Harris. Now, this horse, Eye of the Water, I thought it was quite a big price in the context of this race. You can currently back her 8-1 each way with the 4 places. That's available with William Hill. Now, if you look at her form this season, she's actually finished second on her last 3 starts, so she's been a little bit unlucky, and she has gone up in the weights for that. However, I think tomorrow she's going to be one of the only horses in here that will be able to handle conditions, and also as well will be there or thereabouts come the end. Now, she's a previous course winner at Salisbury. She absolutely bolted up last year on soft ground, and there's plenty of rain around in the south of England, and it's going to be raining tomorrow, and the ground will be on the soft side, so you're going to want horses that are going to be able to cope with it. Also as well, she likes to get on with things. She likes to be a prominent, handy racer, and I just think, again, she's going to be one that's going to be able to handle conditions tomorrow. On her only visit to Salisbury as well, she won at the course, and she's been running really well and maintaining her form. And with 8-1, with 4 places on offer, I can't see her finishing out of the frame. I'd be really disappointed if she did. And I just think she's a really solid each way bet tomorrow, and she might be good enough to win at a price. So that's why I'm going to be sticking her as my extra tip tomorrow. We then go to the next best, which runs in the 5 o'clock at Ffos Las with a horse called Joly Maker. Now, we actually put up Joly Maker last week, when he was an early faller at Perth. Through no fault of his own, he was brought down, and I fancied him to go well that day. However, going to this race actually at Ffos Las tomorrow, it's probably a little bit more easier than that race at Perth. Now, again, it's going to be testing conditions. Now, we want to be looking at Joly Maker to see if he can handle them, and some of his best form has come with a bit of cut in the ground. And again, you're going to be wanting horses that are proven in the ground, and quite a few of these won't like the soft conditions at all. John Joe Neill Jr. and John Joe Neill have been going well throughout the summer, and they had a winner yesterday, and they had a couple of winners at Perth last week, so they've been going along not too badly. And dropping back in trip tomorrow shouldn't be an issue as well. This is over 2 miles. He won over 2.5 before a couple of starts ago at Bangor on soft ground, and I think he'll be there travelling really sweetly into the race, and hopefully he just might be able to outstay a few of these tomorrow and will relish the conditions. And I just think at 7-4 tomorrow he's a good thing, and off his mark as well of 96, I still think he's got a little bit of flexibility off that mark. I still think he's got a few pounds in hand with the handicapper. So for me, Joly Maker, not the most original selection in the world, but I think he's a really solid favourite, and I'd be disappointed if he's not going to win that race tomorrow in the 5 o'clock at Ffos Las. So moving on to my final tip of the day, I'm going to be going with my nap, which is Farewell Kiss, which runs in the 8 o'clock at Chelmsford. Now, this horse is currently 5-2 with bookmakers, and I think this is a good thing tomorrow in this race, and I expect it to get a little bit shorter. I could see him going off around about 6-4, but this horse was an easy winner last time, or I thought quite a comfortable winner at Wolverhampton. Now, that was the horse's first win. However, I still think it's got a little bit of scope to come off its current mark still in the low 50s. Now, this horse, Farewell Kiss, if you actually watch the race replay back, I'd urge anyone to do so. This horse was pretty much the last one off the bridle, was travelling there really strongly, and then the gaps just opened up like the Red Sea. And then when Martin Harley, who was aboard that day, said go, he had a nice turn of foot to go and put his race to bed. Now, I think dropping back to 6 furlongs tomorrow won't be a bad move. And with Will Buick aboard, who isn't without a chance still in the Jockeys Championship, yes, he's going to have to ride plenty of winners, but he's a little bit closer than people maybe give him credit for. But it is still Oisin's to lose. But yeah, I just think Will Buick tomorrow, he's going to be in a great place. He gave us a nap winner last night as well with Anna of Lorraine. I could see him getting there, just being in the box seat, just tracking a leader or two. He will want to lead, in my opinion, because he'll want to use that the strong travelling style that this horse seemed to have last time out. And when the time's right, he'll use his kick to win. And he's got a good draw to do that and still 4 tomorrow. So I just think there's a lot of positives about this horse. I think there's a bit more to come. And at 5-2 tomorrow, like I said, I think this is a good thing in the handicap. And that's why I'm putting it up as my nap. And hopefully we can get the naps off to a winning start in October. So I'll quickly just run through the 4 tips there. In the 243 at Ffos Las, we go Wayfinder. That's the long shot for James Byrne and Rebecca Curtis. 9-1 each way with Paddy Power, who offer him 4 places. The 305 at Salisbury is the extra tip with the Eye of the Water. 8-1 each way with the 4 places with William Hill. In the 5 o'clock at Ffos Las, the next bet is Joly Maker. 7-4 win only bet. And in the 8 o'clock at Chelmsford, we go Farewell Kiss, who is the nap at 5-2. So they're the 4 tips for tomorrow's racing. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel. Also as well, if you're liking the videos as well, please remember to give us a thumbs up. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, you can do, where my handle is at LuckyLoader15. And if you want to find out a little bit more about myself, check out my portfolio. You can go to my website, which is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.